reflective opening for slow. Looking back, I can truly see how those early struggles shaped my journey. Each challenge taught me something valuable. It showed me that entrepreneurship is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with lessons. Mindset shift. I began to realize something important. Every rejection, every lack of response then was not a personal failure. It was simply part of the process. And once I accepted that, everything changed. Growth mindset. I started approaching each small task with enthusiasm instead of fear. I began to see opportunities in every interaction, and I realized that the connections I was building mattered just as much as the money. Outreach improvement. Each message I sent, even the ones that got no reply, was still a step forward. So I became more intentional. I started tailoring my messages based on each business, understanding their needs, instead of just promoting myself. Key insight, pause, and that made a difference. I was no longer just another freelancer. I became someone who could solve problems. Confidence building. Over time, I found my rhythm. I wasn't just sending messages anymore. I was building relationships. Skill realization. As I connected with more businesses, I started noticing patterns. Many of them struggled with invoices, disorganized data, basic financial tracking, and that's when I realized my accounting knowledge was actually valuable. Positioning shift. So I changed my approach. Instead of listing my skills, I started offering solutions. I focused on helping businesses save time, reduce stress, and stay organized. Momentum builds, and slowly, things started to change. I began receiving more responses, more inquiries, more opportunities. This communication upgrade. I also improved how I communicated. I stopped saying, "This is what I can do," and started explaining, "This is how it helps you." That small shift made me stand out. Which follow-ups, subtle confidence. I also started following up, not aggressively, but gently reminding people that I was there to help. And each time I reached out, I felt more confident. Purpose shift, because I realized something deeper. I wasn't just trying to make money. I was actually helping people solve real problems. Validation. Even small feedback from small projects meant a lot. It showed me I was on the right path. Growth phase. Over time, client interactions changed. They weren't just transactions anymore. They became partnerships. And as my confidence grew, so did the complexity of my work. Struggle plus balance. Of course, it wasn't always easy. There were weeks where everything felt overwhelming. Studies, deadlines, freelance work, all at once. Control plus maturity. But I learned to manage my time, to prioritize, and to stay consistent. And that balance became one of the most important skills. Meaning shift. At some point I realized something important. This journey wasn't just about money. It was about growth, resilience, and becoming better. Momentum plus pride. As things improved, I started seeing real results. More clients, better projects, and stronger confidence. Real value. Every task I completed did more than just pay me. It helped me grow. It gave me real experience that no classroom could teach. Identity shift. And slowly, this stopped being a side thing. It became part of who I am. Not just a student, but someone building something real. The community plus connection. I even started sharing my journey with others, helping friends, encouraging them to start, learning together. Bigger picture. And that's when I realized this isn't just about individual success. It's about community, supporting each other, growing together, and moving forward. Reflection. Looking back now, the biggest reward wasn't the money. It was the growth, the lessons, the people I met. Final message for me is strong close. Every step, no matter how small, it matters, because success is not built overnight. It's built through consistency, learning, and persistence.